Hey guys, how are we? Well, another beautiful, sunny, bright day in Europe. Well, not really, but it's cold and overcast today. And I know a lot of you Europeans and Canadians are saying that's not cold. You know, minus 30, minus 40 is real cold. And, whatever floats your boat. It's cold enough for me, trust me. I think it was about 2 degrees this morning, so there's snow on them there peaks in the mountains opposite our property anyway, so that's cold enough for me. So yeah, interesting times. Just looking at the crypto markets at the moment and seeing a strong correlation between Bitcoin and the share market at the moment, and they say it's gone up, the correlation between the two. For those of you who are not used to finance and maths, that means that the movement is strongly related. So when one goes up, the other goes up. When one goes down, the other goes down. And that's not a good thing in one aspect, because that means that mainstream money is now entering the crypto markets. And it's sort of going to be subject to some sort of swings, but it could also mean that it takes away a lot of the wild sort of gyrations, as some people call it, of the Bitcoin market. My wife is very good at trading cryptos. I've been very successful at it in the past, so I haven't focused on it too much at the moment. We do use a lot of information from the Dollar Vigilante and Crypto Vigilante, Jeff Berwick and Ed Burgos, and I think Ed is probably one of the best analysts in the world, and it's not that expensive to sign up to their info, so it's actually very valuable, particularly if you're going to make money off it. So anyway, so that's what we use, and look, interesting times, and it's not the only bit of information we get, but so I put a link in the description if you want to sign up to the Crypto Vigilante or Dollar Vigilante, then you can sign up. We get a little bit of a kickback from that, but not much. Anyway, that's not what I was wanting to talk about. But that correlation between Bitcoin and the stock market. So we're living in really interesting times, and I think that's a good indicator that people are viewing cryptocurrencies as a legitimate investment, and that can take away some of the wild movement. So I have this really bad suspicion, I've got this bad feeling, let's call it a sixth sense. I don't really want to say it's a sixth sense, even a premonition. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm not even saying it's going to be restricted to the financial markets. But I have a sense that there's a massive event about to take place. Who knows? Well, I think we're getting to the end of something. And it's just whether or not we're in a good position at the other side of this. Society, as I think, is going to change. I think it's going to be completely different. And I think if society can actually get through this massive transition without too much fracture, we could actually be a civilization that reaches for the stars. And I know that sounds very sort of Star Trek-ish and futurist type stuff, but I genuinely think that I think we could be on the cusp of some really exciting things, or we could be on the cusp of a complete civilizational fracture and go back to the Dark Ages. And yeah, I just have that sense, and I've been sensing that for a while, and I don't, as I said, I don't want to lose your attention, but I sense that something big is brewing, and I just can't, I don't know what it is exactly. I can't put my finger on it. I can't tell you definitively what it is that's going to take place, where it's going to take place, when it's going to take place, but something big is brewing, and you just know that it's coming. And you know, there's still time to prepare for whatever that is. If you're going to relocate, then you probably want to relocate sooner rather than later. You know, I think there's, as I said, there's something big coming. You know, I think there's people who feel as though they're controlling the destiny of humanity, and I think they're in for a rude shock. I think what's coming is going to be so outside of their control that the way that we see things at this point in time is going to be completely different, say in 10 or 20 years' time. And humanity may recover from it, humanity may not recover from it. And that's how big I think this is. And, you know, we might wake up one day and even this YouTube may be a thing of the past. We may look back and go, oh, remember when we used to watch people do walk and talks on YouTube? And or remember when we used to trade cryptocurrencies? Or remember when we used to, you know, surf the internet? And books may be a big thing in the future. You just don't know how this is going to play out. But as I said, we could be on the cusp of something really amazing for humanity, or we could be on the cusp of something really terrible and, you know, on the verge of another dark age. So, but as I said, you can sense it, you can feel it in your bones, and there's something brewing, and it doesn't seem good to me, but you know, it's how you position yourself to sort of get through that, and where you are at that particular time. So you know, my wife and I were reading the Bible this morning, Isaiah chapter 7, and you just sort of have this sense that, you know, it spoke to me so clearly. Sometimes events that take place are so far beyond human control, and they are outside of our realm, our space and time, and our sense of being within reality, that someone sort of reaches in and jolts humanity around. And you know, you think about it, we have 5 senses. Those 5 senses let us sort of interact with our reality, you know, sight, sound, touch, the sense of heat and cold or temperature, etc. But there are so many things outside of that spectrum that we can sort of interact with, that we can sense. And that is the big revelation that I think most people don't understand, is there's so much beyond that. So anyway, not that I want to get all esoterical with you, but yeah, so anyway, I just sense there's something big coming anyway, and I think a few people are aware of that at this point in time, so it's not just me, but I have moments where it's just an incredible foreboding. 2021 was a bit of a terrible year. 2022 may be even worse. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it with you on that, and yeah, have a great day wherever you are, and subscribe to this channel if you want to, if you enjoy it, and yeah, go to overseasexile.com and sign up. All right, guys, have a good one.